Hi, my name's Kierin. Happy to have you here with me today. On my channel, I create weekly content and make sure that you are ready for the next bull run. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button, join the family, and well kept secret is if you hit the like button as well, you get 10x gains during the next bull run. So let's get started. I've got some very interesting news for you today. First of all, this is really crazy. Microsoft wants to create a proof of human energy type cryptocurrency instead of proof of work. Mind-blowing, quite interesting. On Reddit, there are some very interesting ways that people are trying to use cryptocurrency during the COVID-19 lockdown. IOHK releases a Cardano scaling protocol Hydra. On the Ripple front, there's also very interesting news. Ripple releases next generation trading platform with XRP on-demand liquidity. And last but not least, South Korea's bank launches a crypto custody service. So very exciting news. Let's jump right into it. So the first one is actually very interesting. I had to double read the first time that I read the news article. I read it out for you. Microsoft wants to create a new cryptocurrency that's still mined using proof of work, except replacing expensive power-intense mining rigs with basic human energy. Like you read that right. They want to use human energy to mine cryptocurrency. Like how far-fetched is that? I feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie like The Matrix. So Microsoft's human mined cryptocurrency, it does sound quite crazy and creepy, but there's still a sort of allure for it. So it sounds a little otherworldly and honestly borderline creepy, but if you can get past the idea of wiring humans up to some kind of server tracking the energy put, it could be a sustainable way of mining crypto without damaging the environment. So on Twitter, I found this. Yeah, it does remind me a lot of the Matrix movie where you see all these flying objects and through the heat of the human body they manage to run the machine, and that's basically the analogy that we've got here. Pretty crazy. And imagine like you're walking through the city and you've got some kind of device on your body, and while you're walking and your body is producing energy, you're earning some money. I know this is a very far-fetched idea, but I still think it's kind of crazy that Microsoft has patented it. And here I've got the patent open, the cryptocurrency system using body activity data. And yeah, very, very interesting indeed. So here is the map of the system that they want. So here you've got the person. The person has a sensor and user device. This user device communicates with the network. And this is probably a server. And here on the right, you've got the cryptocurrency system. And the way that this is described in the patent, so human body activity associated with a task provided to a user may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. A server may provide a task to a device user or a user which is communicatively coupled to the server. And then a sensor communicatively coupled to or comprised in the device of the user may sense body activity of the user. Body activity data may be generated based on the sensed body activity of the user, and the cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled to the device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfy one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system. Like in a nutshell, the body heat will make the cryptocurrency system work as a proof of work type of proofing system. Very, very far-fetched, but yeah, I mean, like there might be a grain of truth behind this, and maybe it's something we will see in the next 5 years, 10 years, you never know. The Matrix wasn't that far-fetched after all. Second news is spending Bitcoin during the COVID-19 lockdown, so the coronavirus lockdown. And there's a very interesting thread on the Bitcoin subreddit, and the Mr. Robot poster wrote, during hard times and house arrest, people will look for online ordering food. Here we can build a list of groceries accepting BTC and can deliver at home. Very interesting. I mean, many people have been discussing, yeah, but there aren't that many use cases for Bitcoin. People are not really using it, but I think this is, on one hand, it's fantastic that there are these possibilities to use Bitcoin, and people are discussing them. So the first one, hard times create strong men. Very interesting. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Very good metaphor for the things that we're going through at the moment. And the different option that we've got here is spendabit.co, groceries, lieferando.de as for German users that have Bitcoin and they want to maybe buy some products for their house. Alaka.de, so this would be, I think, Czech. And you've got for the Netherlands, Louise Besorgt, spendingbitcoin.com, category food, Lightning Network stores, and the directory BTC, payserver.org, merchants, and post here others that you can, if you know them. So if you know some other ones, you can go to this thread and add them. So I think it's good that there are the possibilities to buy some household articles, household products during this time, and having the possibility to spend Bitcoin. Now, of course, there is the question if it even makes sense at the moment to spend Bitcoin. It would be much more sensible to spend the increasingly devalued US dollar instead of Bitcoins because of the whole printing that's happening. And I think other users share the same sentiment, like the user Mepsilol. Problem is that, especially in these uncertain times, I'd rather spend a rapidly losing value asset like the US dollar and not BTC. Now, if you would be spending BTC, I think it would be the sensible thing to do would be to buy the BTC back, but then you could just use the US dollar to buy your products that you want. But still, I think it's a good list. But me personally, I won't be spending any BTC at the moment. Definitely not with BTC being at the price that it is now. Nonetheless, happy that there's this conversation going on around this topic of using BTC instead of just speculating on it. Now, Cardano, with some new interesting news, and that is Cardano releases, so IOHK releases Cardano scaling protocol Hydra and reboots the Byron codebase. So IOHK, the company behind Cardano blockchain, has announced the launch of the Ouroboros Hydra protocol. Long-awaited release, and IOHK explained that the scaling protocol will enable Cardano to handle up to 1 million, I repeat, 1 million transactions per second. That's mind-blowing. I mean, that's really fast. And facilitate microtransactions will lead to an uptick in crypto payments globally. In a press release, the company also announced a reboot of the Byron era codebase that will enable an easier transition into Shelley. So Shelley is also highly awaited. Cardano's scaling protocol is finally out. IOHK, the company behind the ambitious Cardano blockchain, announced that it's finally launched Ouroboros Hydra, the culmination of 5 years of intensive scientific research. Hydra will enable Cardano to scale. So basically, the biggest benefit from this release, the Hydra protocol, is the scaling capabilities, and that's very, very high amount of TPS that can go through the Cardano blockchain. As the Cardano ecosystem consists of multiple entities with different technical capabilities, Hydra was also made out of several sub-protocols. And here I quote, "It is unrealistic to expect that a one-shoe-fits-all single protocol approach is sufficient to provide overall scalability for such a diverse set of network participants," Kairos explained. And Hydra's head protocol will enable network participants such as stake pools to quickly process a larger number of transactions with minimal storage requirements. Now, of course, the question is, can it actually handle up to 1 million transactions per second? And to make sure of that, Hydra protocol will work in practice, IOHK conducted a simulation. According to Chaos, the simulation carried out a realistic and timing correct simulation of a cluster of nodes forming a head in Hydra's head protocol. And this was done in order to determine the time required to complete individual transactions on the blockchain. So yeah, this is very good news. And there's more news coming. Hydra isn't the only major update coming from IOHK. And the company announced that it will deploy an upgraded version of Cardano's Byron era code base, and Charles Hoskinson states, at the most fundamental level, the Byron reboot will improve the performance of the entire Cardano network. So yeah, there hasn't been that many updates recently, so I'm pretty happy and pumped about this update and release, and I'm looking forward to what next surprises they've got up their sleeve. So apart from the major changes to the Cardano node, the Cardano Explorer, the wallet backend, and the Daedalus wallet will be implemented in the upgrade, and the new node update will be rolled out to more core and relay nodes on the Cardano mainnet within the next few weeks. So yeah, you could expect, as soon as they've got much more things rolling out, you could expect a price increase. But yeah, with the Black Swan event, it's always very difficult with these type of news articles and also upgrades if it will have a big impact on the price. So we're gonna have to see. I think we're probably only gonna see massive price increases after the Black Swan event has subsided, after coronavirus it has gone away and people are starting to go back to work and have recovered and so on. So maybe after this whole crisis, recession, pandemic is over, then we might maybe see a little bit of fresh air coming into the market, new prices, new highs, and so on. So next up is Ripple news. So Ripple has been pummeled quite badly now during the drop in the markets. It's had very bad trading months, the whole 2019. So yeah, they're hoping that some good news is going to bring some price increase in the next few weeks, hopefully. So Ripple teases the next generation trading platform connected to XRP on-demand liquidity, and hopefully this on-demand liquidity will create some more demand, as the name says, and with more demand that would mean that the price would increase because much more XRP would be needed by this trading platform. So a new job opening at Ripple is revealing the company's ambitions to build a trading platform connected to its XRP-powered cross-border payments solution on-demand liquidity. Ripple says it's looking to hire an engineering manager to help build ODL and leverage the superior speed, low transaction cost, and scalability. And here they state, we're looking for an engineering manager to lead and shape the team responsible for the ODL customer experience, blah, 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 blah. And the next generation trading platform could and be a critical part of the defining future trajectory. So the manager will work out on Ripple's San Francisco headquarters and will spend at least 50% of the time coding and reviewing. So yeah, it's unclear exactly how the trading platform will work with ODL, so on-demand liquidity. The Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz recently revealed that the company is working on a feature that would let users launch asset-backed tokens on the XRP ledger. Basically, that would mean that you would be able to send XRP, but this XRP will be backed by Bitcoin. So as far as I understand, it will be a similar concept to the wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum blockchain. In addition, Ripple acquires the Logos network in September of last year, and the decentralized payment startup is expected to help Ripple create decentralized finance platforms on the XRP ledger. And I quote, as part of Xpring, the Logos team will be leading an ongoing initiative to explore a decentralized finance DeFi system that will leverage XRP and its core, as well as other ideas we are exploring to leverage crypto to transform payments and finance. The Logos team will bring even more horsepower to what Xpring team can deliver. So I think everything that is moving into the decentralized finance system is something that I'm super bullish about. And I hope there will be some interoperability between the different decentralized finance blockchains. Hopefully, at some point in the future, there will be some interoperability between the XRP decentralized finance applications, Ethereum decentralized finance applications, EOS decentralized finance applications. But it's only a matter of time where we'll be able to see something being developed to combine all these blockchains together. Because otherwise, you have, I think if they're so far apart, it will hinder the growth of DeFi. And I think DeFi should be, I'm not sure how you say it, just like platform, not platform dependent, so platform independent, exactly. The last news article is about South Korea. And South Korea's largest bank launches a crypto custodial service. And major South Korean bank, KB Bank, is expected to launch a cryptocurrency custody service in the near future. According to a report from local news outlet Digital Today, the bank filed a trademark application on KBDAC, referring to a proposal digital asset custody subsidiary at the end of January 2020. So this is very good. Always very good when you've got new crypto-related industry companies that are popping onto the market. So in the application to the Korean Intellectual Property Office, the bank expresses its desire to trademark KBDAC in over 20 areas. And these include trading, consultation, management of digital assets like Bitcoin and Ether. It also specifies virtual assets, a consignment settlement, and transactions with fiat currencies. I think the more of these type of companies are popping up, the more adoption is going to happen, the more demand for crypto-related assets is going to increase, because it's going to become the norm. People are going to see it more as a hedge against fiat currencies, hopefully. I think after the stocks are going to take their beating, people are going to start to think where they can put their money. And I don't think it's going to be a gold. I think it's going to be something more digital. Probably BTC, Ethereum, things like that. I'm bullish for the future. So yeah, that was it for today. Really pumped about the news. Very interesting news. I thought the Matrix news was a lot of fun. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm nearly hitting 1K subscribers, and I really love if you're part of the team. I've got a fantastic group of subscribers, and the family is growing constantly. So if you enjoy these type of videos, news videos, DeFi videos, cryptocurrency videos, I post weekly. And if you find a value in them and you want to get ready for the next bull market, then I'd highly encourage you to join a team. Join me on the journey to reaching the moon. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great one. Bye-bye.